Hello. So today I just want to share an encouraging thought and also a challenging thought. So today is the first day of the holidays and it's very wet and rainy, and it's supposed to be rainy most of the week. So this morning we went out to the library. Kids got some books to read, and I also got some books for preschool for next term. But anyway, this verse that I want to share that is encouraging, it came to my mind on Friday morning. So on Friday morning was my was my last Bible lesson for the term, and about maybe a month before that I'd been really struggling and just finding it really hard. Part of it was some of the behavior of some of the children, and part of it was just that I was going through the book of Acts and it was getting a bit hard to keep up with all the stories and the lessons in there. But I prayed when I was feeling a little bit desperate. I'd prayed to God for help, and he gave me an idea on a way to help, especially with the children's behavior. And so I did that, and it did help. But then on Friday morning, I just had a neat conversation with one of the children, and it's one of the children who in the past has been quite difficult. And I had a really nice conversation, and just the things that that child said about faith and about God for me was really encouraging. And the day before, one of the other children who had been difficult more recently had also come out with something that was really positive about the Bible. And so it really encouraged me. And this verse came to mind, Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So a month before, I'd been finding it really hard, and I was tempted to quit, but I didn't. I asked God for help, and I kept on going. And then on those last 2 days of school, I saw some more positive things that were an encouragement. And I just thought, if you quit when it's hard, which is what we feel like doing when anything gets hard, then we miss out on the blessing, or on the reaping. And anything we do for God is hard, and it can be a real battle, and it's so easy to just want to give up when it gets hard. And yet if we do that, we are fainting. But it says, in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So if you are doing anything that you are finding hard, don't quit unless you know that it is God's will for you to stop doing. Ask God for help and just persevere, because one day you will see the fruits. But we need to not be weary in well doing, even when we don't see anything positive. One verse that always challenges me is John 20, verse 29, when Jesus is talking to Thomas. And he said, because you have seen me, you believe, but blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. So we need to believe God's promise even when we can't see anything, even when it is very discouraging. And the challenging thought, where I'm sitting in my kitchen, I have a nice view of two trees that are covered in flowers. One of them is with bright yellow flowers, and the other one is with pinky reddish flowers. But they're not even my own trees. They are the neighbor's trees, but they kind of hang over our fence, and we get to enjoy the beauty of those flowers that are not even ours. And I was just thinking how, when we live next to somebody, their property kind of affects our view out our window. And in saying this, I'm not very good gardener myself, but our own section is not most beautiful at the moment. We have we got our part of our front section all leveled out, so it's kind of dirt, and then my husband planted grass seeds, and the birds had a feast on the grass seeds, so nothing has really grown. So our own section is not that beautiful. But anyway, it is true that what our neighbor's property affects our view out our window. And I was just thinking it's kind of the same like that in life. So how we are, how our life is, and what we are, and the words that come out of our mouth affect other people's view, their view on life, their view on God, and their view on other people. And especially the people that are closest to us. Like if we are a parent, then our own children, but maybe our own family members, or the people that we are around. What we are like, how we think, how we act, can affect their view on life. And what do they see when they look at us? Do they see flowers? Do they see beauty? Do they see Christ's beauty in us? Do they see love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, kindness, and all of those good things? Or do they see more the negative things, like the selfishness and complaining and discontent and all the things that are more negative. So that is a challenge to me. In the story of Ruth, when Naomi came back to Bethlehem, some of the ladies came out to talk to her, and they said, is this Naomi? And Naomi said, don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, which means bitterness, because the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. So all those ladies that were talking to her saw her bitterness, and what we are inside of us comes out through our words and the way we act. So Naomi was very bitter, and so that affected the people that she was around. Whereas in contrast, there is Ruth, and this is what Boaz said to Ruth. And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. So, yeah, the way that we are affects other people. It affects their view. So, what do they see? Do they see faith, kindness? Or do they see unbelief and distrust in God and a bad attitude? And our own attitude can affect how our children think about our husband. If we complain and speak negatively about him, then that will affect their view of him too. And if we gossip and talk badly about other people, then that will affect their view on those people as well. Today is an exciting day. We are getting liner on our kitchen floor for the first time since I've been married. And we'll get rid of these red stains on the floor. They're not blood, they're just food colouring. Looks pretty good. Lydia, do you like the new floor?
Yes.
It's nice, eh?
I'm going to seek. Okay, I'll count. You have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Okay. Where's Lydia hiding? Down there. Down there. What? It's down there. Thank you. Okay. It's on the ground. Okay, ready? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 18, 17. Where's that?
Where is she? Not there?
Lydia! Lydia!
Can you see the foot? What? You want lunch? What are you doing? What are you doing, Esther?
I'm making toasties for lunch. Okay. What are you doing in the room?
Did it say Lydia?
Tim.
Tim? Oh, it says Tim. Ah, well done.